haven't seen the previous video in this series, follow the link on your screen or click the link in the description or pinned comment below.
Seconds of 6 logos.
Quick math tells me that's only about 8 seconds per logo. That's not bad considering the insane length of logos for Late Night with the Devil. That one was so long, I thought they were doing it on purpose.
A vile god, so large and so powerful that it consumed entire planets as fuel.
So Galactus then?
Yes, like Galactus. However, just like the audience, I'm left wondering, what was the sin here? 2 characters are similar to each other? Is that enough to warrant a pop culture reference that isn't a sin of the movie cliche?
He wanted our greatest technology, the transwarp key.
You know, in an alternate universe, I decided to make this movie's entire Sins video just different line readings of me saying, I don't give a f***.
And let me stop you right there. Sure you don't. Sure. But that then begs the question, why are you making videos about movies you don't care about? Is it for the money? Because to me, that kind of calls into question your integrity. For example, I haven't seen your Morbius video yet, and that's because I couldn't care less about that movie or your video on it. It's possible I get around to it as a joke, but I'm not interested, so I didn't do it. What I'm saying is, if your heart's not in it, your art suffers, so why go through the motions?
And he sent his most powerful henchman to collect it.
Is it a problem that I'm already kind of...
See? This is just an FU to your fans and people that were looking forward to this video as you're not earnestly engaging with the material. I would have left this one in Premiere Pro, just saying.
So these machines are modeled after animals instead of vehicles like in our world, but they still had to take their appearance from already existing animals, right? So are we just establishing that this random planet also has gorillas and scorpions? Kind of seems like this alien world would have different life forms for the beast machines to mimic.
And usually I would agree with you, but then I remember you did both Avatar films. You had no problems with those aliens on a moon light years away from Earth demonstrating simian features, such as 2 forward-facing eyes, opposable thumbs, walking upright, and using tools. So I guess I'm confused where your suspension of disbelief begins and ends. That's important because if I said this planet is called Beast and they have creatures that more or less resemble Earth animals, would you accept that as the answer? If not, why ask? I mean, you didn't ask about the fucking trees.
It is now your time to lead the Maximals.
Okay, but that orange thing between your fingers still looks like a Lego piece.
All right, hit it.
Optimus Primal.
Wait, was that not intended to be hilarious?
Hilarious, right? But not quite as hilarious as that laugh.
So you're this planet's great warrior.
Ultron?
Are Marvel pop culture references all you know? This is extreme normie behavior is what I'm saying.
My master grows hungry.
If you have a master, then I'm instantly less scared of you, because it means you're not the big bad.
This fool just said Darth Vader isn't that scary because he's not the master.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I can't get past Bowser.
Not being able to get past Bowser. It's 1994, kid. Get out there and find the answers on how to beat Bowser. There's even this thing called the internet you could use, but I bet the answer isn't an issue of Nintendo Power.
Okay, A, the internet and general information on it wasn't widely available in 1994. B, only affluent people who could afford a home computer had access to it, and these people are clearly poor. And C, no issue of Nintendo Power in 1994 provided strategies for how to beat King Koopa on the Game Boy version of Super Mario Bros. Because there was no Game Boy version of Super Mario Bros. It was Super Mario Land, and Mario saved Daisy from Tatanga, not Bowser. That's the real sin here, and
You blew it!
Sickle cells must be blocking the blood flow again.
Really didn't trust your audience to use context clues to figure out Chris was sick? Just had to beat us over the head with it and name the disease so we'd know. I'm not even sure that's a sentence a normal human outside a poorly written script would say.
I agree with the last bit. This was an unnatural way to let the audience know this bit of information. However, my problem is that you absolutely would demand to know what disease he had. Movies like these are made for people like you, lowest common denominator folk that are too stupid to sit still for more than 5 minutes without fidgeting in their seat waiting for some dumb action scene. You're the reason we can't get more films like Blade Runner 2049 because they require too much brain power and don't hold your hand until the next explosion sequence. Frankly, I'm surprised at the reaction to Dune, given it's just like Blade Runner 2049 and literally made by the same director. Yes, I'm salty as hell.
I choose not to purchase cable. It's my own personal way to protest the vampiric nature of modern-day capitalism.
I appreciate people protesting the vampiric nature of modern-day capitalism, but dude, you just participated in capitalism by trading money for your repaired radio.
There is no ethical consumption under capitalism. We all gotta eat, and in order to eat in this country, you have to trade your time for money. He didn't say he was against capitalism, he said he was protesting that instance of it. You know, like the people that got upset at streamers for playing Hogwarts Legacy and let us all know about it from their iPhones.
The police are here. They busted an art auction. The owner claims that everything is authentic, but they want a second opinion.
The police want a second opinion on the authenticity of art? Because that sounds more like something insurance investigators would be doing, not police. They either had enough proof that the auction was fake, thus securing a warrant to bust it, or they need the expert opinion to get the warrant ahead of time. In which case, the bust hasn't occurred yet. Which is it?
Did you not listen to a word she said? She said the police busted an auction. This means there is a criminal investigation going on. An insurance investigator gets involved when there is an insurance claim being made. Even then, insurance companies absolutely hire professionals to investigate claims, so you're not making sense no matter how you look at this.
Until your account is current, you can't bring your brother here.
The system will always choose money over empathy.
I agree, but that's a sin for the system and not for the movie for simply reflecting a reality. You might as well send Gravity in scenes where people jump off buildings.
He's 11. He's 11 years old.
The Transformers movies waited until the 7th movie to embrace political issues that most Americans can empathize with. And while I'm glad this movie is taking time to call out the healthcare system in America, you f***ers had 6 previous movies that all made more money where you could have done this. So forgive me if I'm skeptical of the root motivation.
I really don't like this sin. This implies that movies should engage with political issues of the current era, which is a problem because that means at some point the movie will be dated. Also, I don't know about you, but I personally do not need my art to be as real as my life. I go to movies to escape reality, not to pay $20 plus gas to see some shit I could have seen on Twitter.
Why do you take the time to film this kind of gorgeous overhead footage of New York City only to use 1.7 seconds of it before cutting away?
Jeremy versus establishing shots, example number 67,354.
Them rich cats in there, they give a ton of paper to charities every year to make themselves feel better.
I'm pretty sure they do it so they can get a tax write-off. No wealthy people give to charity because it feels good.
I think Bill Gates might have something to say about that.
You got a Robin mixtape? No. I got a liberating mixtape.
Again, theft doesn't need moral cover. If you're going to steal, just steal. It can be a robbery mixtape. None of us are judging you.
I think Andrew Tate might be judging you.
Haram.
She snuck in here with a stolen pass card, but this place seems important enough. There should be video surveillance and probably even security guards and especially since she has turned on and is using local lab equipment.
That's not even the real sin. I mean, look at the screen here. Does this look like 1994 technology to you?
I'm gonna lose my job.
I know this probably isn't the time, but I believe what you have is an internship, not a job. And sure, that's pretty pedantic, but that's kind of our thing here at CinemaSins. If you're new, welcome. Stick around. We do nude yoga every other Tuesday.
If by nude yoga you mean reaching and showing your ass, yeah, I agree. But paid internships are literally a thing. You weren't being pedantic, you're being cognitively impaired.
This cannot be.
And yet it be.
Who are you saying that to, CinemaSins? Huh? Huh?
Get out of the car!
What? You maybe caught a car thief and your first instinct is to pull your gun out? Is this set in Brooklyn or Vice City? Or modern day America?
See, this is just a stupid criticism. In what universe do you live where a law enforcement officer does not pull their weapon on a car thief? The f*** you want him to do, Day-Day? Shine his flashlight at him?
It's not me, it's the car's possessed!
Why would you say this instead of this goddamn car is driving itself without my input, I'm literally doing nothing and it's still driving around?
Because what he said got that same idea across and was shorter?
E.T., the little ugly guy in the basket?
Transformers thinks that by naming better movies, I'll take sins off. But that didn't work for the previous 6 entries, and it won't work here. Man, y'all really couldn't have given us another Bumblebee movie?
You gotta love when CinemaSins sends movies for making pop culture references. It's almost like they know that's annoying or something.
Mirage, what have you done?
Let's put a pin in what Mirage has done and instead discuss what this movie has done. And what this movie has done is give me the most confusing feelings for a motorcycle robot.
This dude is attracted to a transformer. I didn't think there was anything worse than a furry, but here we are.
The energy surge we felt was in the 4,000 yard-hertz range, which is undetectable to humans.
I'm sorry, only Doc Brown is allowed to make up words that end in hertz. It's blatant copyright infringement otherwise, and that earns you 5 cents, which is equivalent to what? 0.9 centihertz.
You patting the sync count, bro? I think you're patting the sync count.
You know what's weird? Marky Mark is leaving the Funky Bunch. I heard he's just gonna pursue acting now. That's crazy.
Totally. What's even wilder is that no one wants to talk about how he blinded that one guy and chased down those kids, both times based on race. He's just not famous enough yet, and by the time he gets famous enough, the news will be buried and considered old, I bet.
Snitching.
They are my friends. I know one was good to you, B.
Glossing over the best Transformers movie to date with this kind of unreference.
The best Transformers movie is the first one.
You mean the first Michael Bay Transformers movie?
No, I said the first movie. The Michael Bay movie is the second Transformers film. Why would I mean the second one if I said the first?
No one who watches the skies for a living in 1994 saw this. Doesn't appear any residents of New York City saw this.
I have no idea why you continue to do this. What indication does the film give you that nobody saw this? Because they didn't show you someone reacting to this event? Allow me to point out how stupid that is. In the background, you're looking at skyscrapers in New York City. I guarantee you at least one person is getting their mind blown in one of these buildings, but according to you, that's absolutely not happening because we don't get to see it.
Nightbird, search the island.
Nightbird singing in the dead of black. Wait.
Jeremy sings in a video cliche.
It looks like you're trying to steal museum property.
Consider this. Most of the things in museums are actually stolen goods from other peoples and cultures. So, you know.
Doesn't change the fact that it's still illegal. I mean, I could argue that this land belongs to the Native Americans, but I can't take Chris Brown's property in California by force with that fact. I mean, that dude's on cocaine.
A bunch of stuff happens rapidly, and I have lost my ability to tell the good bots from the bad bots. And you would think that would be a big deal, but the movie just keeps on, expecting me to keep up.
Future Birdman told me that he told you how to tell Transformers apart when he sent your Bumblebee video. But this is even more egregious because I think this film went out of its way to make the bad guys drab and the good guys colorful.
Prime, I don't think we can hold these guys. Oh, no!
Holy shit, that last moment is so good it belongs in a better movie.
You're telling me. But still, that fucking laugh.
I'm tired of little things getting in my way.
Me too, bro. All they do is bloat the runtime.
No, Jeremy. This was definitely something your college ex-girlfriend said to you.
We broke the key into 2 pieces for safekeeping.
If you were so worried someone would get the damn thing and you were content to stay on Earth, why did you not just toss the key into the sun? Why not destroy it if this is the only thing stopping Unicron? What purpose does it serve?
The transwarp key is our only way home.
Are you trying to get home or stop Unicron from eating the universe? Priorities, people.
So you're just going to ignore the movie answering your question in back-to-back sins?
Alrighty then.
Nobody in Brooklyn sees a giant robot peeping into the window of an apartment. This alley is more deserted than the one where Bruce Wayne's parents were killed.
Oh, the hobos definitely see this. It's just nobody believes them. They tried telling Timberland-wearing women and they were told,
"Hey, yo, suck my dick, Goofy. Fresh."
Yo, you scratched my paint.
That just raises bigger questions. When Autobots copy a vehicle and change into it, do they control the paint job? If so, could you not just instantly repair the paint yourself?
Jeremy, there are a ton of these movies at this point. When have you seen a Transformer change its color? Bumblebee is bright yellow. You would think if he could change his color, he would have done that a long time ago just to blend in better.
Way to be incognito.
You're standing transformed out in the open. How is that incognito, Optimus?
You cut out the part of the film that showed why Optimus said that. Mirage was loudly announcing his presence. It's not about being incognito right now. It's about training yourself to be incognito at all times.
A little racist, Hermano.
Ah, yes. It wouldn't be Transformers without at least a little racism. It's on the Michael Bay bingo card and everything.
I don't even understand how this scene is at all racist. This fucking thing has Spanish on the side of his body, has spent most of its time in Peru, and has a Mexican accent, but when a Puerto Rican tries to speak Spanish to him, it's racist? That shit makes no sense. You might as well say it's racist to speak English to Optimus. It's essentially the same thing.
Yo, Noah, think fast.
What the f*** is this awesomeness, and why didn't Haley Steinfeld or Sam Witwicky get this go-go gadget power glove?
Because Mirage wasn't in their movie. Next question.
They spend all of 2 minutes in this large, ancient area and find the important shit almost immediately.
It's almost like that's exactly why she's here, because she's an expert.
Nobody in all of Peru sees, hears, or reacts to a robot dashing across their rooftops in broad daylight.
What the fuck are they gonna do about it? Throw ceviche at him?
Named after you, the legendary warrior of Cybertron.
So the Maximals are a planet of animal-robot hybrids that are separate from the Autobots and Decepticons, but they also follow the history of Cybertron to inform their own. Just what the fuck is up with this shit?
The Maximals are from Cybertron, dude. They just colonized another planet, one that had animals they could copy instead of vehicles. Remember when you were bitching about AirRazor saying this?
I am a Maximal, a warrior from both your past and future.
Then what the fuck are you doing in our present?
Yeah, that's alluding to the Maximals being the descendants of Autobots, but having traveled to the past, ending up on Earth, and remaining here until this time period.
This movie is the alien robot version of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Both films open on a flashback to events we never heard of before. There are two halves of an important artifact that opens a dimension-hopping portal, one of which is found in an ancient cave of ruins that has an ancient grave inside. The bad guy lets the good guys find one of the pieces for him, and the bad guy keeps the good guys alive unnecessarily after succeeding. Change my mind.
And this one came out first, so save this silly sin for that Sins video.
It sounds like we're all going to die.
Well, the great thing about setting a movie in the past is that we already know some characters that have appeared in the present day can't die. So you know Optimus and Bumblebee will survive, at least.
Yes, but that does leave Cheetor, Primal, and Rhinox up for debate now, doesn't it?
Oh boy! A disposable faceless CGI army that our heroes could kill lots of to feel accomplished. My favorite!
Yeah, mine too. What's the problem?
Maximals! Autobots! Roll out!
Why would the Maximals use a roll-out command when they are animals and not automobiles? This is meant to inspire chills as the two Optimuses say the same command, but I'm still seeing a gorilla tell a rhino and a cheetah to roll out, and it's weird.
I agree. Maximals are supposed to say maximize.
Optimus, maximize!
See?
I'm not gonna win this one.
You don't lose, right?
I wish that were true, but I can't.
Man, I don't want to be a grammar bitch, but something here is not agreeing. Subject, verb, negative, positive wise. You don't lose, right? I wish, but I can't? The f***?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense when you cut off the first part of his line. The I can't is him answering himself when he said, I'm not going to win this one. In written form, it would look like this. Read more news articles. You see this all the time.
Massively damaged Mirage will now form his robot body around human Noah. And again, why didn't Sam Witwicky or whatever Haley Steinfeld's character was called get to do cool shit like this?
Mirage wasn't in their movie. I already answered this one.
Letting your hench people beat up on your opponent on your behalf because you are a bitch.
Oh, is that why you sent Sadvocate and a guinea pig after me?
Noah.
I got you!
It's not that ridiculous. But that laugh sure is.
But we have gained an ally in our battle against the forces of evil.
An ally so huge and important, he doesn't appear in any of the present-day films.
That's probably because he's undercover as a G.I. Joe.
FBI, open up!
Dinobot, maximize! Tarantulas, terrorize!
Cheater! Maximize!
Rasminator, terrorize!
Rhinox, maximize!